Greetings and welcome to this week's magical message. Just like every week, I pray that you have had a wonderful weekend. I pray that your last couple of weeks were really fruitful. And so I want to start off just by saying I had to take a couple of weeks to handle some personal business. I had to kind of put my focus and my energy there a little bit more. But I'm glad to be back and giving you all a new message for this week. So the overall energy of this week is the Father of Baskets, and he brings to us the lessons and the blessings of the Father, the provisions and the protection, and then the guidance, and even in some ways, some of those stern lessons, right, that are required for our journey through life. And in that, at the same time, we're being asked not to take things so seriously that you miss the joy and the fun and the playfulness. Making sure that you're taking time to be in celebration and reflection. This week, we have had a lot of things that we have manifested and graduated beyond, and new things that we are seeking to manifest and to create for ourselves. And so this week, make sure that you are honoring that. You're honoring the places that you've been, the place that you are, and where you're going. Make sure that you are in a space where you are really thinking towards the future. You're planning for future days, months, years, and really being goal-oriented, making sure that you are loving on yourself and others, and know that you are protected and provided for. And so in that, it's safe to be playful. It's safe to be joyful. It's safe for you to move about and really dream, really put forth that energy that allows you to flow and enjoy and in this creation. And so that energy trickles out into our week. And we start our week off with the 8 of Sticks. Right. And this is a lot of fast movement that's happening, a lot of communication. You may be finding that, issues that you were dealing with are just things that you needed to make a decision on or come to some kind of conclusion on. You get that conclusion, you get those, you get the things that you're needing. Right. You have the opportunity to shift if you're not into alignment and just allow yourself to see things in a new perspective. Okay, and the mind as well, the sticks is air, is mental. And so making sure that you are reminding yourself of your gratitude so that you can stay in a mental space where you are open to the things that are to come and the creation and the preparation that is required. So if you've been in the shadow side of this energy, you may have felt as though there were some real emergencies, some real challenges that you had to move through, instead of really seeing it as them being lessons, and your safety and your protection, your provisions, all of those things are already there. It's just about you getting the lesson. So don't allow yourself to go into a really deep head trip or emotional space where you are not grounded. Know that the work that you've put in is paying off, and you may receive gifts and support from other people who maybe you weren't even expecting to, who are helping you to meet these goals and to get these lessons. If you're in a space where you're really more in a negative mindset, or you're feeling some of those undesired emotions, right? It can be easy to miss some of these opportunities for support and for love, and missing some of the bigger picture and why these lessons, why these experiences are important. And at the same time, celebrating because you are nearing graduation. You are nearing a point where you are getting ready to transform your realities. You're getting ready to transform your situations, and really moving into a space that really supports the bliss that you desire. Okay. Now, with the middle of the week, we have Mother of Knives. And she deals a lot with the unseen, the occult, secret kind of societies, that kind of thing. And so there are a lot of things that you may not know, right? But there's also a lot of respect that's needed for those things that you do not know, so that you can be open to receiving those things as they come in, as they are revealed to you. Making sure this week that you're also doing your protective energy work over yourself, or whatever kind of protection stuff that you do for yourself. Making sure that you do that this week to ward off any energies that may want to come in and kind of combat that a little bit. Venus is in retrograde. So making sure that you are setting your boundaries and you're clear on what those boundaries are, making sure that you are accepting truths for what they are, regardless to what you may have wanted them to be. There are a lot of unseen things that are coming to light now. And so this is both, light and shadow things, right? You may find that there are relationships or people that it's now time to release. You may find that there are situations, circumstances, mindsets, emotions, things that do not serve you, that, it's time to let them go, so that what you're bringing in to support you and love on you and be unified with you is in alignment with where you really want to go. It's also going to be important during the middle of the week to make sure that you are paying attention to what it is that you want to create and what it takes to get there. Understanding that if you don't have the answers, they're not necessarily required right now. It's just required that you take those steps one at a time and really allow yourself to receive as the things become revealed to you. Okay, make sure that you are using some of that logical mind and some of these things, and using that reflective work to say, okay, if I've done everything that I can do, or if I have taken care of my business, then I know that I'm going to seek the rewards. I know that I'm going to receive the rewards for those things. I know that I'm going to get what is due to me. Okay. And know that you have a lot of support, even if you do not see it, even if, maybe you don't even feel it at times, or period right now. Know that you are supported. Know that you have the things that are necessary to move forward. And just kind of allow the space to flow, right? If you are not in a space, maybe you're trying to force things. Maybe you are in a space where you are really feeling uncomfortable with the things that are not revealed to you yet, right? You could find yourself being maybe a little irritable, right? You might be a little agitated. You might not understand what's happening, what's taking place. And so you may feel a little panicked. You may feel whatever kind of emotions you uniquely feel when you feel uncomfortable, right? And so we're just being asked to be patient and to allow those things to come forward, because it is all for a purpose. There's a reason behind it, right? And sometimes when we get stuck on what it looks like, we miss the bigger picture. We miss the reasons why that kind of fuel us and give us the energy we need to move forward powerfully and confidently, even in unknown spaces. Even if we're moving towards something and we have no idea really what that thing is, right? But you get to set kind of the tone of it by being clear on what it is that you want. What is it that you are creating, right? And allowing for the unknown to assist you. So with the ending of the week, we have the Father of Nines, right? So we have the Mother, and now we have the Father. And so this energy brings in a thing where it's like, okay, you have gotten your lessons, right? The Father has come back around. Father has come back around. He's like, okay, time's up. Have you gotten your lesson, right? Or you got your lesson. And so now it is time for you to move forward. Now you have gotten the things that were required for you to get. And yes, some of those things were really difficult. Some of those things we might have struggled through, right? You might find yourself going from positive and negative spaces this week. But did you get the lesson? At the end of the day, did you get the lesson? We weren't required to do it perfectly, but have you gotten the lesson? Right? And if you've gotten the lesson, if you've put in the work, if you've taken the time to really reflect and be joyful and set your plan and be clear on your boundaries and move forward in that energy, you can expect to move forward very powerfully and receiving the abundance that you've worked very, very hard for. Now, you also have an energy of, now that you've gotten those things, it's time to take those things into the world. It's time to take those things into a teacher or sharing space. So you may find that towards the end of the week, maybe you're doing some encouraging. Maybe you are teaching some lessons, or you're just giving some of the magic that you received over the week to give to others. Maybe it is you that is putting yourself on display. Maybe it's your work, right? Maybe it is whatever the goal is that you've been working towards. Okay. And with this entire week, there is an energy of being very on point, right? Just allow for things to flow, right? This is not a week to really try to force things. It is a week to accept and to acknowledge the self that is transforming, and not feeling as though you have to know it all right now, because that's not required. It's just required that you are obedient. Just be obedient and everything will be fine. When we're not obedient, we get in our own way, right? So with that, I pray that you all have received these messages. I really hope that they've touched you. And for those of you who really needed a word this week, who have maybe you've been going through some difficult situations, maybe you are going through some transformations that are not completely clear as to even why you're going through those transformations, I pray that this gave you some peace and some clarity that you can then grow with and bring into your own life and your unique situations. With that, I'm going to go ahead and close out the reading. I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank you for being present, for being patient with me as I address my own things over these last couple of weeks. And like I said, I am very grateful to be back and sharing these messages with you all. If you all would like a reading, if you all would like some energy work, a consultation, just to kind of see maybe what it is that you're really needing to do with a particular situation, definitely look in the description. All of my contact information is going to be there. And until next week. Oh, I forgot. Make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can get notifications every week. And you receive some additional love and clarity as you go on your journey. Okay. So with that, I want to go ahead and close out. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will talk again next week. Bye.